investors, and welcome back to Borex Investing. This channel is all about clear, research-driven analysis and investment strategies you can actually use. So anytime I talk to somebody and they learn that I have a professional background in risk management and that I am currently an investor, I often get asked about my thoughts on Bitcoin or Tesla. So today's video is all about Tesla. I'll go over my position in Tesla, my thoughts on the company, and how I see this company going forward. So this has been a very controversial company lately due to the very polarizing figure that is Elon Musk. So with Elon, it's kind of like with President Trump. People either love him or they hate him. But Elon himself has done some pretty incredible things through his companies. Like for instance, he landed a rocket in the same spot that it took off from. That's definitely an impressive feat. But when it comes to Tesla stock, I believe this is a company that is very misunderstood. Most people still treat Tesla as a car company, but in reality, Tesla is building something much bigger. To me, it seems like they're building an operating system for the physical world. And I think if you're only looking at car deliveries or margins right now, then you're really missing the forest for the trees. So I do want to be transparent before we go deeper. I do own a small position in Tesla. It's worth about $30,000 right now because I do own 100 shares. So it's not a large position in my portfolio, but I do sell covered calls on it as part of my wheel strategy. So for instance, this week I sold a $400 strike call expiring in November and collected about $2,000 in premium. So Tesla offers high premiums on covered calls, and I like to do this maneuver about 3 to 4 times a year to generate some cash. If the call is assigned, I'll simply take the $40,000 and sell a put to try to get the shares back and restart that whole covered call cycle. But if this options contract expires without assignment, I'll just sell another call and keep generating income. So yes, I am slightly biased, but I also want you to know that I am long Tesla for a reason. So I believe the vehicles were actually Tesla's launch pad, not the end goal. So the vehicles have had a lot of success, and they really changed the auto industry. Specifically, they changed the way we look at luxury cars. So we need to remember that the Model Y was the best-selling car in the world in 2024. So this is an American car manufacturer, and they did what no other American company could do. They made a huge dent in the European market. You're starting to see Teslas everywhere, whether you're in Germany, Poland, Denmark, Norway, Spain, etc. And this is really surprising because Ford and GM always struggled to sell cars in the European region. And they're really outperforming the major European car brands, whether it's Mercedes, Volkswagen, or Porsche. So I remember in the early 2000s, my friend picked me up in his mom's car, and she had a new Mercedes. And at the time, I was just shocked with all the advanced technology that was in that Mercedes. Now, if you look at the interior of newer European luxury automakers, whether it's BMW or Mercedes, they're all starting to kind of look like Teslas in the middle. They stole the concept of Tesla's large screen as a center control console. But Tesla's not stopping there. They're really evolving into an AI powerhouse, a robotics pioneer, a global energy company, and a manufacturing and automation platform. And it really seems like the legacy automakers are playing catch up with Tesla. But Tesla has something the other companies don't. They have billions of real-world driving miles. So this is what trains their FSD full self-driving to handle real-world edge cases better than any competitor. And with Dojo, their in-house AI supercomputer, Tesla is really building the infrastructure to train faster and better than anybody else. I wouldn't be surprised if they start selling their software to other car manufacturers in the next 5 years. So while the competitors are building one-off Robotaxi demos, Tesla is actually building the network and the hardware at scale. Every Tesla Model Y sold with FSD hardware is now a potential Robotaxi. And this Robotaxi network could turn vehicles into revenue-generating assets, creating a recurring income stream for owners and Teslas. So Robotaxis could generate tens of billions annually and reshape urban transportation entirely. And what's most impressive here is that Tesla doesn't really need to invent new cars to do it. They're deploying this on the existing fleet that's for sale. So this is unlike their main competitor Waymo, whose cars have about 120K of technology in them, and that's about double the cost of a Model Y with FSD. And when we compare the Robotaxi with Waymo visually, you can tell that Waymo has a lot of sensors and additional technology on their cars, whereas Tesla just looks like the normal car you can purchase because it is the regular Model Y with FSD. So Robotaxi has been live since June in Texas, and there has been some mixed feedback and potential hit pieces in the media, but there still hasn't been any major issues. So this is going to be very interesting to watch going forward. All right, next up is Optimus. And I think with Optimus, there really is trillion-dollar potential hidden in plain sight. So I know when you scour the internet, a lot of people think that Tesla's Optimus robot is such a gimmick, but it's already being used inside Tesla factories for real work. These robots are being teleoperated, which is the gold standard for training AI, and every movement really becomes training data. And I think Tesla's long-term goal is to create a general purpose autonomous labor force. So it may sound insane right now, but they're looking to automate physical labor, which makes up about 30% of global GDP. So that is a real moonshot. So Tesla is leading the development of embodied AI, machines that move, think, and interact in the real world. So unlike lab simulations, Tesla trains its systems with real-world data. And if you eventually add in quantum computing, the pace of AI development will only accelerate. So this could lead to general purpose or even super intelligent robotics in the coming years. And if we do have a future like that, Tesla is definitely ahead of the curve. But also, they're not just disrupting cars and robotics, they're building energy infrastructure too. Tesla Megapacks are already stabilizing power grids in California, Australia, and Europe. So as utilities turn to renewable energy, Tesla's storage solutions are becoming critical infrastructure. So over the next decade, Tesla Energy could actually surpass the auto division in terms of revenue and impact. Tesla is solving trillion-dollar problems in transportation, energy, and labor. So like Nvidia, the market will eventually pull forward future revenues, and Tesla could re-rate higher as the vision becomes a reality. Now, onto their earnings. So their earnings release on July 23rd after hours was not pretty. It just wasn't very good. They reported a 12% year-over-year revenue decline, and they missed earnings expectations. So this was even alongside a 13.5% drop in vehicle deliveries. But the company did reaffirm its plan to launch a more affordable model in late 2025, and they highlighted on their earnings call progress on the Robotaxi pilot in Austin, Texas. Elon did say their Robotaxi rollout is about to grow bigger and faster than any competitor. He even mentioned that the goal is to have autonomous ride-hailing in half of the US by the end of 2025. So they're currently looking to expand to Florida, Arizona, California, Nevada, and a few other states. It was funny because even President Trump commented on the earnings, and he said, quote unquote, he will not destroy Elon's companies, and that he wants them to thrive like never before. So I believe that Elon's political endeavors were probably to blame for this slowdown in revenue, but I think as he steps away from politics and refocuses back on his businesses, this should eventually blow over and the stock price will recover. We have to step back and look at the bigger picture here. Tesla is not a car company anymore. They're quietly building a platform company, a platform for AI, a platform for energy, a platform for scalable labor, and a platform for autonomous transportation. So like Apple with iOS or Amazon with AWS, Tesla is creating the infrastructure layer for the real world. So, my long-term view is that I don't really want to trade Tesla too much. I'm holding it long-term and I'm generating income through covered calls. If you zoom out, what Tesla is doing is foundational for the future. And if you're a patient investor, buying or holding Tesla might be a great investment. But you have to understand that right now their financials are not strong and their earnings are pretty poor. But then again, that's fine. This isn't about cars anymore. It's about automation, energy, and intelligence at scale. With Tesla, you are investing in potential. So Elon really has to get investors excited on the innovation. And Tesla is going to have to prove itself in the Robotaxi and in their Optimus division. But again, this guy has done amazing things in the past. Why would we doubt him now? So if you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe, and let me know your thoughts on Elon and Tesla in the comments. Thank you.